Hey everyone, good afternoon. It's Nim here. Hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Today I want to talk to you about a blog post I wrote yesterday about how shy people or introverts can go about making new friends when they first come to a new country. Now I know many of you may not possibly be fond of reading blogs, so you may not have really read what I had to say. So I thought I'd chat with you all through this video today, just interact with everyone. As many of you know, I tend to travel a lot, so I shuttle between India and Australia mainly as a guest speaker, and I talk about topics like creativity, writing, or finding your life purpose. In fact, I've got a workshop about finding your life purpose coming up next weekend on the 7th of August. Back to today's topic. So recently, after one of my workshops, I was approached by a young woman who had recently moved to Australia, and she was finding it difficult to make new friends, mainly because she's quite shy and she's a bit of an introvert. So she wanted to find out from me how she could go about building a network. So I thought about how I had gone about it, more than 20 years ago when I first moved to Sydney from Mumbai. I know one of the biggest challenges for new migrants, in addition to trying to find your first job with zero local experience, is also trying to make new friends in a new country. So what I had done was actually I signed up for a few low-cost courses that would help me with my job search. And at those courses I met lots of people from different backgrounds, of different ages, from different cultures. And that interaction was something I looked forward to on a weekly basis. One of the best ways to start making new friends when you're new in a country is to sign up for these courses or to put your hand up for some volunteering opportunities. One of my biggest passions forever really has been creative writing. So what I also did was looked up these courses, writing courses at the local community colleges, and I signed up for them and I attended them. And by doing that, I actually met other people for whom writing was also a passion, and that was a great way to make new friends. After my first child was born, I joined a mother's group at the local community center, and the 7 lovely women I met that spring morning more than 17 years ago, we're still friends to this day. And now we meet once every few months for a girls' night out where we have dinner and coffee and a bit of chit chat. Back then, when our babies were really babies, we would go out to the local park once every week, babies in the pram. We'd chat about different things that most new mums, have to deal with. And we'd come back home after that interaction, our batteries recharged, and we'd be looking forward to taking on our usual duties and responsibilities with added vigor. I would also go along with the kids to story time sessions at the libraries. I think each library would usually hold that once a week. I would get talking there with the other moms, and that was some amazing interaction back then as well. But there's this general misconception that in order to make new friends, you've got to have the gift of the gab, or you've got to be an extrovert, that kind of thing. I don't think that's quite true. In fact, nothing could be further from the truth. It's true that, if you are an extrovert, it's a little bit easier to make friends in social situations. But the single most important requirement for building a network is active listening, not active talking. So if you are a bit of an introvert, if you are a shy person, what I'd suggest is that the next time you're at a dinner party or in a social situation and you can't think of anything interesting to say, get the other person talking. Ask them a question about themselves or their hobbies or what they do for work. And when they talk, genuinely listen to what they're saying. Sometimes what happens is we're so worried about what we're going to say next that we fail to listen to what is being said. And so we miss out on very important avenues of taking the conversation forward. So don't worry if you are not naturally talkative. Just go out there, reach out to new people, and develop the art of asking interesting questions. Sometimes your offer of friendship might be rejected. Sometimes you might reach out to people and they will show no interest whatsoever in wanting to be your friend. And that's perfectly fine. We've all gone through it at some point in our lives. What I'd encourage you to do, particularly if you are a new arrival in a foreign country, is to continue your efforts to reach out to as many people as possible. Because when we get to know more people, it helps us overcome the sense of loneliness that pervades when you first find yourself in a different culture. So before I finish for today, I just wanted to give you some suggestions of how you could go about meeting new people. First of all, I would highly encourage you to look up some of the local community colleges, get them to send you a syllabus. Most of them will do that either by email or by post, and sign up for one or two courses which relate to either what you want to do in your line of work or which relate to your hobbies and interests. The other thing is, I would go down to the local library and take up membership there. It's one of the best places to meet new people. Also look up on Google Eventbrite or meetups and join some of the networking groups that are happening around in your local area. You can sort and filter these groups by hobbies and interests, so you will end up meeting like-minded people. There's also lots of women's networking groups that are available. They usually meet once a month. They do a lot of charity work, and they're always happy to take on new members. You could put up your hand for volunteering opportunities, like I said earlier, and do some charity work. They're always on the lookout for enthusiastic helpers. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that making new friends really can be quite a painless process. The most important thing to remember is to have a genuine interest in other people, and before you know it, you'll be on your way.